Amigos, amigos, this is Super Patron. We're back with another episode of Major Minor Mobile Edition. I'm sorry, I don't remember where we last left off, but let's see how it goes. Oh, yeah, we were discussing a deal with her. Now I sort of remember. In a way. Not really.
I wish I knew what to do. Honestly, Dusk, I'm conflicted.
I can understand, given your situation.
I fear my allies are turning against me. I'm just trying to help everybody, Dusk.
You've done a fine job of that, my lord. You definitely have my allegiance.
For that, I am honored. But they don't appreciate my secrecy. I haven't really been transparent. I've been very quiet about my plans. And that means one important thing. People fill the cracks with imagination. Their own thoughts make me a villain.
People tend to do that, especially under such grim circumstances. Many citizens think worst case scenario. They don't have this life of luxury. I think you should visit the people. Work in public relations would be great.
I'm not sure about public relations. No amount of that could fix what's coming. Tell me, Dusk. If you could do something truly amazing, would you do it without hesitation?
Without a doubt.
What if the world hated you for it? They wouldn't see the good right away, no matter how beautiful things ended up.
I'm not sure, my lord. If it was good, it would be obvious. I don't see why people would hate.
See? I can sense hesitance, Dusk. But don't worry, I feel the same way. Especially when the time is finally here. And now, I'm just not sure.
Don't let your resolve falter, my king. Especially not based on others' opinions. There are always those who would oppose you. I'm afraid that is the only advice I have.
It's not bad advice. I'm glad I sought your counsel. You must think me foolish. The immortal king, doubting his actions. I'm supposed to know everything, aren't I?
Again, that is something the people say. Don't become who they think you are. You'll only end up losing your true self. And that is something we cannot lose. You are wise beyond your years, especially numerous as they are.
Yes, they have been many, but I fear this may be my last.
Oh. Does he feel like he's going to be overthrown, or something like that? Again, at a much earlier time.
You want me to do what? I'm sorry. I believe I misheard you.
I'm afraid you didn't, Miss Armstrong.
But you know who I am. I'm in the business of protecting others. You can expect me to consider this.
Yes, you do like to protect others, but this comes with something else. You understand the importance of death. It is everywhere. It is unavoidable. While all around us, it consumes us. The power of death is immeasurable. Surely, you've been touched by it as well. Perhaps you lost someone dear to you. Someone you'd give anything to see again. Even the lives of others, perhaps.
Yes, I have. But you can't just...
Think of it this way, Max. You know what the Ark is capable of. You could bring an end to death as a whole. That is what you want, isn't it? That's what your company is dedicated to. Protecting others. Saving them from death. Nobody would have to lose a loved one again. No one would experience the pain. The grief. Surely this is worth what I am asking.
You're asking me to kill.
But think of the loved ones you lost. Wouldn't you like to see them again? Bring them back? Have them full of life?
There has to be some other way.
I'm afraid there isn't. You've been running from death for far too long. It's time to embrace it now. Live it. The ruler of the Ark must not fear death. They cannot hesitate in the face of it. You have to confront it head-on, Max. You've mastered the concept of life. Your company is dedicated to preservation. Now it's time to embrace the other side. It's true, you protect people from death. But no matter what, death still exists. You need to gain a greater understanding. Only then will you be fit to rule. A ruler is a master of every avenue, not just one or a few.
But every avenue, if you get what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, blood flow. Hey!
A ruler can never pretend. Until now, you've run away from death. To rule the Ark, you must master it.
I don't know what to say. This isn't something I should consider. But standing here and seeing this place, it gives your words more importance. This place is truly beautiful, but I'm not sure if this is worth it. If you're being honest about this power, I can't afford to deny your request. An end to death. What I've always wanted. But at the cost of more death. I don't know if I want to stain my hands.
I never said it had to be you, Max. Remember the gear that I've given you. Using it, accidents could happen. Also, let's not be stupid here. You've used your products for your own gain. I can think of a few times without effort.
How does he know that? Just who is this guy? Give me a moment to think about it, please.
Of course. It's not an easy decision to make. By all means, take your time.
Okay, let's recap here, Max. I was at home, like I normally was, playing with my enormous amount of toys, having the time of my life, just living it out there and watching some adult material. And after I dozing off, I found myself here. Apparently, it's a place called the Ark. The current owner wants to leave, so he's taking time to seek a replacement. He told me that it controls time's flow, but he said it controls life and death too. That means he can kill anyone he wants, or he can keep those he likes alive. For some reason, I'm in this contest, but I have to prove my mastery over death. Managing Armstrong is mastering life. I guess I need to see the other side. Maybe that's why he chose me. I'm halfway. First I mastered life, and now death. But I need to kill people to do that. But I don't know. I usually do the opposite. However, he hinted I could use weapons. So that part is somewhat appealing. Wait a minute. What if he said about the Ark is true? I can just resurrect those I've killed. In this case, it is just symbolic. My actions wouldn't be permanent.
That's using your noggin there, Max.
Unless I lose, of course. But with all this power, I couldn't. Control of time and company assets? I don't think it's possible to lose. I'd have all the time in the world. You're a genius, Max. You can play him. Do what he wants, and then reverse it all.
Unless he's reading your mind, and then he throws a giant loophole in your thinking. That could be a possibility, because this dude is very, very powerful, I suppose. He knows more about you than you know about you. That's saying something.
Alright, I'm in. Can you give me more specifics?
Yes, of course. A world tour is about to launch in Tokyo. I suggest buying a plane ticket. You'll be needed there right away.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good. That really doesn't sound good.
Present time. I gazed at my phone for what seemed like an eternity. I simply couldn't process what I was seeing. Someone else has gained power from the Ark? I knew that man wasn't telling me everything. My initial instinct was to show this to Acheron. but I couldn't reveal my powers to him just like that. In fact, I don't know who I could show this to. I'd likely have to keep this to myself, which was awful. Why couldn't someone on my side have powers? Things have not gone my way since I returned from Terra. I suddenly longed for the simpler times of yesterday, back when my biggest worries were Rook and Keela. I longed for the peace of what I had experienced. Oh, wouldn't that be amazing? But no, you get this bullshit. Especially with the fact that there are weapons here. Even after what Singe said, I was still scared. But I guess Akron was here to protect us. At least, I should pay him another visit. And keep him close. But then I remembered. Singe wants to see me. Perhaps he could shed some light on all of this. Because as of now, I feel like a prisoner here. And that was definitely not in the contest terms. Take a deep breath. As I go to leave the room, out of the corner of my eye, I see a box on the floor. It has a small blinking light on it. And it's red. Ting, 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 ting. Oh shit, it's a bomb! It didn't go off. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's funny though. I knew it. I knew it. Someone is trying to come after us. They set a bomb in a box. How could they? Who is it? Which one of you rascals set a bomb in a box? Was it you, Keela?
No, dude, it wasn't.
Was it you, Rook? On that tablet? Did you just happen to have the detonator set on your tablet, so when I get close to it, you just press the button on your tablet, and that's how it is?
No, dude. You're overreacting. It was a cake.
Why would a cake explode? Tell me!
It was a prank. For Acheron.
Oh. Okay. Then why is there charred everything everywhere?
There was a mishap with the cake.
Why am I going on a tangent? I have no idea. I don't remember seeing this before the conference. But it has to be one of the weapons. Which means I need to get this out of this room. With this as my only goal, I quickly walk out. As soon as I step out, I see the same room as before. Yet this time, it feels different. When I was here before, I sensed grief and apparition. But now, I sense fright and anxiety. It's palpable. Okay. I'm sure that after the conference, the press left. Why would they stay behind in a weaponized building? For now, I was certain that it was just us here. By us, I mean those associated with the tour. I doubt I would run into any strangers for now. Knowing that, it felt easier to calm down. It was welcome in the face of what I had felt before. I quickly scan the room to see who I can find. The room is practically empty. I just see Acheron. He seems to be guarding the entrance to Singe's office. Almost instantly, he makes eye contact with me.
Hey there. Just who I was looking to see. Got a meeting with the man himself, huh? Would you like to be able to chat with me first? Something has been on my mind for a while. I mean, about the press conference. I'm sure you know what I mean.
How you went crazy and almost killed Singe?
Yeah.
A while. But it just happened, didn't it?
In fact, I wanted to talk with you sooner. Even before the conference began. I saw you go with Shock and Rocker, but I guess right now it's fine too.
Oh, he wanted to discuss with us sooner, but we instead talked with Shock and Rocker. Maybe it would have been better to talk with Acheron earlier. Huh. Oops.
But I guess right now it's fine too. In fact, it might even be better. There's something eating away at me.
Do you have a virus? Do we need to cut it out? Don't worry, Acheron, I got this! Ah! Too far? Too far.
Did my outburst go too far?
Oh, I think my outburst went way too far.
I feel like Singe belittled me on stage. His certainty shouldn't override my worry. I feel like I had a valid concern, Taylor. He chastitated me for doing what I'm paying for. I only acted out of my interest to protect. I feel like others would have done it too, especially after learning about the weapons. My past with Armstrong is not related. I think it was rude for him to imply that, especially in front of the press. I have a reputation to uphold. A guard can't be emotional like that. There must be no conflict of interest. My agency does not approve of that. The one that I work for, I mean. So that's what I'm wondering. Did I do something wrong on stage? Or was I acting as I should have? Maybe Cinch was out of line.
This is actually a pretty good question. I don't think there's really a right or wrong answer. It was one of those multifaceted situations. You can't dumb those down to an answer like that. But he stared at me intently. He expected me to speak. And far be it from me to leave him hanging. I guess I should just think it over before I answer. You were going by your code of trying to protect and serve, and you didn't want to see anyone in harm, and you felt like that the weapons could be used in a wrong intent, so you were just trying to do your duty to protect, even though you shouldn't have hurt the boss. You should have just, well, not hurt him, you get what I mean. You should have just spoke to him after the press and tell him, like, this is not a good idea, you should blah 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 blah. You shouldn't have done that, but you could have past experiences with this weaponry and stuff, and it couldn't have gone very well in your head, and it probably triggered something in you. So, yeah, I don't think you were that out of line, personally. I don't think that Akron is in the wrong here. You can never really be wrong in a conflict of interest. Two sides clashing with opposing yet moral positions. Or was Singe being more clear? Holding us in this building full of weaponry. Yeah, that too. I get he's trying to protect us and make us safe, but keeping us prisoners is not really a smart idea. Akron speaking out against that was totally rational. In fact, he may be the only one brave enough. The rest of us just took the news in stride. Why should he get in any heat for defending us? This is the viewpoint that I explained to him promptly.
Thank you. I feel much better after hearing that. I was worried I'd be alone in my sentiment.
Sorry.
Self-doubt is never easy to endure. It eats at you. Tears away from inside. Not even all the time in the world can help. But I guess I should just move on. It does not affect my mission parameters. I need to protect everybody here.
You do that, man. You do that. Everybody. That's not what he said before. Perhaps Singe gave him more duties. Oh. Oops. I thought he was supposed to protect everyone. Was he not? Now I'm really confused.
Well, you'll be safe in his office. While you're there, I'm meeting Des. She's been acting a little odd lately. I don't know her very well, of course, but I can sense when something is off.
Do your duty, man. Just do your duty. Funny you should say that. I guess he can't pick up on what I'm feeling, especially with the text I just received. I thought it'd be bluntly obvious for him. Oh, well, apparently not. He doesn't catch everything that's out of order or wrong. Maybe his mind is occupied with something else, or perhaps someone else.
Thank you for the little chat, Taylor. I know it's stupid that we're confined, but I still feel somewhat free. I'll take my time to greet everyone. Starting with Daz, as I mentioned before. So if you'd be kind enough to excuse me.
Aren't you supposed to protect Singe's office? I mean, I get you're supposed to protect everyone, but everyone's in separate places in the building. You can't actually do that. You're not more than one person, but I feel like you should do Singe's office first, because I'm here? I don't know, maybe... He walks away without saying another word, without even waiting for me to respond to what he said. I'm left in front of Singe's office with my thoughts. Thoughts that someone out there wants to kill. Thoughts that someone else has powers from the Ark. Thoughts that we are all surrounded by deadly weapons. About to meet with the man who holds it all together. Singe, the manager of the World Tour. The one in charge of everything. Why does this fill me with such unease? Now that Akron is gone, I can hear voices. Without a doubt, they belong to Keela and Singe. The office is lit up with their conversation. I hope they didn't start without me. I'm not late. Am I? I can hear their voices as clear as day, save for the few muffled words, at least. In fact, now I'm curious as to what they're saying. What could be so important that they can't wait? Not all choices have immediate consequences. Ooh. Well, we were going to go there anyway. I mean, if we barge in, it's the same as listening in. So, well, unless someone catches us at the door listening. So it'd be better just to walk in and see what the hell they're talking about. Unless they stop talking and as soon as I walk in, be like, oh, okay. Well, he's here, so let's begin our conversation about what's topic at hand. They were just having a light chit-chat, just being buds and everything. As soon as I walk in, they're like, oh, that guy. Alright, well, we'll discuss this later. Alright? First, we need to talk about business. Business, business. Business, 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 business. And as soon as I leave the room, they just start buddy up again. I feel like that's how it's going to be. So, let's just walk inside. I was tempted to listen in, but I'll admit that it was not in my nature. I trusted them enough not to hide anything from me. At least, they haven't deceived me thus far. They were probably just making idle conversation. It's not like they'd sit there in silence without me. So without much pause, I opened the door. Hey everybody, ready to party? It opens with relative ease, and I slowly go inside, hopefully to gain some answers from the man himself. Well, this is where I'm going to end off today's episode. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hasta la vista, baby.